Hey guys, back in Malad here with another vlog in Germany. Sorry I haven't been able to get back to you as fast as I want. I've been traveling with my group, been busy with setting up classes. Today I took a placement test. I felt pretty confident. I didn't answer the last 25 questions, unfortunately. It's those silly prepositions and those coordinating conjunctions and adjective endings. But I'm loving it, learning more German each day I'm here. Where am I at right now? Currently staying at an international dorm. Let me show you around it. Yeah, it's real messy. International dorm. Look at the great view I have of the city. Um, so, cool. What blows my mind, being a history major, is that this whole country for over, I believe, 45 years, close to 45 years, was divided, like divided in half. Like, that blows my mind because I never lived through that. I'm part of the first generation who didn't know what East and West Germany meant. It was pretty amazing. I'm pretty grateful to have done that, but at the same time, I don't understand how a country could be divided because of previous politics. Maybe it's because I'm young, I'm so idealistic, and I hope I can live with my ideals and stick with my ideals until I'm older. So I keep fighting for ideals. One day, my belief is that if you keep fighting for your ideals, that one day they'll become realistic. So this whole, Germany was divided. Then we were in Berlin the other day, and I was clearly going through East and West Germany, East and West Berlin, I'm sorry, and there was a wall in front of there was a wall there that divided the city in two, and I couldn't believe it. I just, you would get shot if you were going through East and West Berlin without passports, without anything. What else? The park was amazing next to the U.S. Embassy. It's crazy. The U.S. Embassy is near the Brandenburg Gate. It's on the former East Berlin side. So if you're looking at the Brandenburg Gate from former West Berlin, looking at it, you go to the east side, to the right, there's the U.S. Embassy, and that's where that's where the U.S. Embassy is. So it's crazy how the U.S. Embassy there. Maybe it's symbolic, maybe it doesn't, but I think it does, and I'm still trying to process what does that mean to have the U.S. Embassy the where the, in East Berlin, right in front of the Brandenburg Gate. I'm still trying to realize that the same gate where Napoleon walked through when he conquered Berlin, the same gate where Hitler marched through, the same gate where Kennedy, Reagan gave their memorable speeches. Funny thing about the Kennedy speech when he says "Ich bin ein Berliner," you can see in the background. I think you see West Berlin officials kind of smirking because "Ich bin ein Berliner" means, I believe it's a pastry, a type of pastry. So you have the President of the United States saying "Ich bin ein Berliner," I am a pastry. So laughed at that a bit, but it just blew my mind how a city was divided. I can't stress that enough. I can't grasp that. Maybe I don't know what the equivalent would be. I was asking some professors, and they'd say they had a hard time to saying that as well. So let's say I'm from Texas. Let's say we take uh, that Germany, West and East Germany, and put it in Texas. For example, let's say Austin was divided. Austin was divided, East and West Austin, or North and South Austin. So can you imagine Austin, Texas being divided, and the and the wall going down Sixth Street, like straight down Sixth Street? It's a foreign concept to me. What else? Oh, about my phone, I just finally just decided to stick with this phone. Even though I'm used to having the internet and speed of an iPhone or a smartphone, I just have to get used to it. And I always stress myself with first world problems, it's always better. I'm grateful for what I have, but at the same time, I went through a phase where like, why can't this work? I paid so much money for this, I should be able to get it. At the same time, why is this, you start being very narrow-minded and start blaming the whole country, which I'm against. You really can't blame the whole country for what's going on with you because you've been treated because you've had a string of bad luck. Then I caught myself because, oh well, my provider is also like playing with me, not is also like not giving me the best end of the deal. So there's fault on both sides and fault on my side. I bought this German phone on a recommendation from a provider. I was trying to set up my international plan. So I'm not gonna tell you who I have because I don't. They have better lawyers than I do. But I went to the store and the guy said like, you can get a national plan, but I highly recommend you just go get a European phone. You can just get a SIM card. They'll unlock it for you, and it would be better if you just get a phone, a Go phone. Well, I did that. The guy tried to unlock it, didn't work. So I said, all right, I don't want to mess up that phone. 'Cause I can still use iMessage to contact people when I have Wi-Fi. So I got this phone. The first phone I got was hollow. I think I said that in the old video. The second phone was better. This is the phone. But as soon as I got that phone, I should have known, like, hey, man, this is an omen. I should have just, like, this guy is no good. When you come here, go to a Vodafone, go to a phone shop. There are some gas stations that offer phones like this. I wouldn't go there because not that they're not good phones, but I just recommend you go to a Vodafone or a designated German phone store. They can help you a lot. Usually young people work there, so they know how it is for young Americans. They want to speak their English. They want to help you with your German. Um, what else? No, I can't think of anything. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really tired. Things you should have in Germany when you're traveling abroad, period, is have a dictionary. We're all used to our smartphones pulling up Wi-Fi. Again, you don't know when you can get Wi-Fi. It's not as a commodity as in some places as you're used to probably. So I have an English to German dictionary. I recommend that. Also, you have to carry your passport, uh, so you're documented because what I've been told is your driver license is not a valid form of identification here. Oh, another thing you have to get used to is public transportation. Um, yep. FBI. But another thing you have to get used to is different cultures. I noticed that I'm a pretty loud person because as Americans we don't have a sense of sound, meaning we're not used to being in huge crowds in public transportations, on buses, or because everyone else is so loud, and you can hear when people are talking to you. What else? You have to get used to. I don't know what else to get used to. Also, you have people when you're in a country like Germany, you have people from. My roommate's bringing food. I just got back from the grocery store. You have to get used to it from people from different cultures because Germany is such an essential part of Europe, an economic powerhouse, a cultural powerhouse. Very Germany is like very powerful, has a lot of influence in European politics. So what I recommend is like you're going to be around Polish people, people from Scandinavia, Southern Europe, Western Europe, even people from Australia, England, Africa, all these mixed cultures that you might see in New York City, LA. Well, not so much LA because everyone's driving, but yeah, you see in LA, these huge international cities. So you have to get used to different cultures. Like for example, I was in the elevator yesterday, and the guy asked me, "Oh, where are you from?" It's like, "Oh," and I said, I replied in German because I'm speaking in German. And he says, "Oh, I'm from America." And everything he said, "Oh, you look smart." I'm sorry. And I'm like, and I asked him, where do you come from? And he's like, and he had long hair. He looked like a total jerkwad. He had long, long hair. And he said, yes. And I'm like, you're from Eastern Europe, so I'm guessing Slovakia? And he looked at me as if I insulted him. I said, oh, how dare you say that? That's the thing. Why do people say that? It makes no goddamn sense to me. Why do you want me to guess where you're from? Because I'm not going to get it right. There's over, I don't know how many countries in the world. What are the chances I'm going to get them right? And you're going to get offended if I'm getting it right? You're going to have to get offended if I'm right, or get surprised that I am right. That doesn't promote any good conversation. Here's what I recommend people say. Hey, I'm from here. Where are you from? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's cool. Let's go grab a beer together. Bring your friends. I'll bring my friends. We can have a discussion. We can practice our German. We can talk about different cultural experiences, politics, sociology, differences, similarities, what we like about our own countries, what we don't like about our countries. That's good conversation. That's how you just improve your mental state. Gets you out of your comfort zone a bit. I don't like talking to people, but I never used to like talking to people, and I still get nervous talking to people. But I work at it. I just force myself to go talk to these random people that I don't know, like ask them questions that I might know the answer to. Like, excuse me, where is this? Even though I know where it is, it's just all about starting conversation, just trying to practice your German or practice your foreign language. So there's that. Also, I had a few racist moments today. People like to think Germany's an open-minded country, and it is. I'm very happy here. People are very open-minded, very great. I'm not blaming a whole country on a few individuals, nor should anyone. That's so stupid. I just don't understand. It's time for these extreme minorities of hate to get out of the way for the majority of loving people. It's just time to push them out. It's ridiculous. Um, it's time for the majority to mean something, not some minority, hateful, ignorant people. It's time for a majority. It's time for the majority of loving, equal, open-minded people to start saying these idiots to say, "Hey, your time of influence is done. Get out of here." Like social Darwinism or social evolution will make your ideals part of antiquity, but it'll be deemed as a mistake. So, here's a story. I was in Weimar, which is a beautiful city. I highly recommend you go there. And I wanted to go fix my phone. The guy helped me, the owner of the store helped me, very polite. And he told me, whatever you do, he told me the same phone advice I just told you. Um, he said, blah, blah, blah. And I'm speaking the best German I can. And he can tell that I'm not from there, but he just still goes along with it. Speaks a little bit slower German for me. And I didn't have to ask him. I guess he's seen so many young foreigners that he knows what to do, which is great. I'm very appreciative, and I hope this man sees it. I don't have his name. If I did, I wouldn't tell you because I don't have his permission to say it. He said, in German, blah, 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 here's how it works. Again, I can only understand bits and pieces of sentences at this point. But then this other gentleman came in. He was clearly, like, he's seen some stuff. Like, he's very old, like, probably probably that post-World War II generation. And we were in Weimar. And that day, we just left Buchenwald, which was a SSS camp, concentration camp. So we see this, I see this, and I'm just like, oh wow. So back to, I'm trying to go full circle, I'm sorry, I go on a lot of tangents. I go there, and yeah, I'm speaking the best German to this owner. This guy comes in, he says, silly Turk, because he hears my bad German, he's like, silly Turk, learn my language or get out of here, I don't want to see you, they take away our job, blah, blah, blah. And it's the same argument we have in the States, and it's ridiculous. So I go there, and I told him, in German, mein Nebenfach ist Deutsch, and ich weiß, was Sie sagen über mich. My minor is in German, and I know what you said. Again, might not have used the correct German, the correct grammar, and I was so proud of myself that I used the correct German. And I was also surprised that this guy who's under U.S. East German suppression, like he knows what it was like to be suppressed, and he's from clearly he was a local Buchenwald, local Weimar, and Buchenwald is right outside of his hometown, so either he doesn't know that he's seen what ignorance and hate and lack of understanding can do to people at the most extreme cases, and he has the audacity to say that to me, not just to me or to anybody. I'm not insulted that he called me Turkish. I don't think that's being Turkish is an insult. I was insulted that this guy either didn't learn anything from his culture or he learned it but didn't apply it to this situation now. And both are I couldn't believe. What else did he do? But the funny thing is, he had a freaking donor wrapper in his hand. And if you don't know anything about donor, it's a Turkish German delicious food. And I'm so blown away. And the owner of the store, like, he's like, oh, I'm so sorry about that, you know. And he said it in German. I was like, it's okay, you know, he's ignorant. I don't really care. But I was so blown away. I couldn't believe that these this man would say that to me after living in Weimar, knowing what the USSR did, knowing what hate and ignorance can do, knowing what lack of understanding can do to relationships with people. I'm sorry for looking away. I'm just stuff keeps flying by. Birds. Uh, yeah, that's it, guys. What else I gotta say? If you wanted to learn more about Germany, just let me know. I'll be more to talk about it, just so I keep my eyes open. Like, for example, if you want to know how PDAs for public displays of affection, or bookstores, or shops, or the old city, or stuff you want to know, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to keep an eye open for that. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Tschüss.